I'll get back to that later in the video. Now, as you watch this video, I'll just like you to ask yourself, is it worth it for me? For you. Hey, and g'day. My name is Dainsy, and I do have a couple of projects in this video, which was originally going to be just one project, which was a wall, a non-structural wall, as seen in these sophisticated drawings. It needed to be made in 2 sections and then transported and installed. I wanted to make the framework for one wall out of pallet wood and one frame out of store-bought timber. And I wanted to make some comparisons. However, not to make the age-old boring arguments of buying timber versus reclaiming timber. As it stands, I am very short on time, so simply buying wood would be far quicker. However, I am a massive tight ass, and I figure I can at least reduce some of the costs by reclaiming, busting apart some pallets to at least reduce the costs just a little bit. Whew. It is 5,000% humidity in the shed at the moment, and I can't have a fan on because it ruins the audio. And busting pallets also gives me a little bit of exercise. Let me start with the pallet wood routine, because that is why most people are here, but the pallet section was the last part of these projects that I actually got to, because the great pallet shortage of 2024, I have been driving past my local Bunno's day after day, not one single pine pallet in sight. I think post-Christmas there is just not as many single-use pallets getting thrown out, which is a good thing. But eventually, I did find just 4, and the day I got them home, it started raining. And raining. Think Forrest Gump amount of raining. And although I had the pallets pulled apart, I lost another few days waiting for them to dry out. Time has not been on my side. Beep. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Flat battery. So I've just lost more time until I get one of those. But make sure you get one of these and save yourself hitting nails like I did a lot. This will be the first pallet session on the new table saw. And apart from the obvious frustrations of no outfeed table, it, as in the new table saw, has been an absolute dream of an upgrade. I will share more and more about this saw as I get to know it. Oh. It was only a matter of time, wasn't it? Okay, could have been a disaster. All right. So, in this session, came out here about 8:30 this morning. I had to check the straight edge, put a straight edge on anything that wasn't straight, which wasn't many boards at all. So that saved me a lot of time. I put 2 straight edges on each side, each board, 2 straight and parallel edges. Run each board through the thicknesser as many times as required to get a reasonably 90% clean face on all of these boards. And it's now 9:45, so that's taken an hour and 15 to do this massive pile here, which, what was it, about 4 pallets? So let's just remember that part. Can't make a comparison yet because I've still got to glue all this stuff together to make it look like timber that you would buy ready to go. Okay, so the pallet wood is clean, so let's get back to the wall. And if this video is all over the shop like a Tarantino movie, I apologise. It'll all make sense, so stick with me. When I first did some costings of buying the store-bought structural framing timber, my tight-ass-ometer was starting to go off. Then I stumbled upon this little pile of non-structural pine. Perfect! I'm building a non-structural wall. And it was only $7 a length for a 2.4 metre. So I grabbed about 100 kangaroo skins worth and I got to work pretending I was a carpenter. Okay, it is all very exciting stuff for the next few minutes. There is lots of measuring, lots of cutting to length with a circular saw, lots of clamping, checking square and drilling holes, and screwing. And a lot of ducking and weaving underneath all the framing, wearing out my chicken legs, which I did feel the pain the next day. There was also a lot of walking the long way around the frames when I was over the ducking and weaving. Alrighty, sneaking a little woodwork action back into the project, my wife often asks, would it be hard to do this or would it be hard to do that? Like, would it be hard to make an arch entry in the wall? And I reply, nothing is really hard, it just takes time and I've got to figure it out. And an arch is going to take some time. So, we compromised and we're going with the arch. Circle cutting jig to the rescue and some scrapped melamine. Now it does not need to be pretty because all of this wall is going to be plaster. Time to pretend to be a plasterer now, and spoiler alert, I am no plasterer. So let's not waste too much time filming any of that. Sound fair? Okay, let's call the wall done after I gave myself some additional plastering practice and a few self-administered uppercuts. Beauty shots will be at the end. Let's get on to the other project and back to the pallets and the boring conversation. I need to make a heap of, let's call them posts for now, and I need about 15 meters of these posts in total. And the posts are about 75 by 75 millimeters, 3D3s. I'll start with laminating the different thickness pallets I have into 4 posts about 2.2 meters long. The first one I used up all of my clamps, and because time was of the essence, I needed another way to get the rest done in this one session of woodworky goodness. So I used screws as the clamping mechanism. Once the glue was dry, all I have to do is make sure all of the screws are removed. Make sure all of the screws are removed. I'm also running low on glue, but I'm not going back to the store. Time is very much of the essence. Alrighty, I'm going back to the store, but it's not for glue, so stick with me. I'm out of time. I'm out of pine pallets. I have these 4 2.2 meter laminated pine pallet beams. Some of them clamped up a little bit wonky donkey. One has a bit of a bow. Best way to get a bow out is chop it in half. This is all I have left now. It's not enough to make another 6 meters of this. So I've gone and got some of this, the $7 2.4 meter lengths, and I'll laminate the remainder of these pallets onto those to give me everything that I need. I'm a little bit tired, so I've just had some leave from my real job. I go back to work tomorrow and I'm tired. It's good tired though. I've done a lot of stuff out here and I've had a lot of fun. So 2024, I'm hoping to keep that going. Just want to say a quick thank you to everyone for sticking with me and helping this channel grow and let me keep doing what I'm doing. It's very humbling, to say the least. Okay, so we're nearly there, and I'll see you at the end of the video. Now, I said right back at the start, ask yourself, is this worth it for me? For you. You know, buying timber versus reclaiming it. And you may have come up with all sorts of things and reasons why you would choose one over the other, or like me on this project, you do a little bit of a combination. Now, for me, these projects obviously lend themselves to a little bit of both. Firstly, they are not structural by any means, so I did not have to think about any rules. You may be thinking making up your own framing might be a good idea. I think it is perfect for shop furniture, shop walls, cladding in your shed, and if you're pretty new to woodworking, you're going to get to play with your machines, learn a little bit about the timber, and of course come up with all sorts of solutions. Now, when I ask myself, is this worth it for me? I can say many things. Firstly, yes, I do create for video to share with you. So spending time busting down pallets, preparing the timber is all hopefully value add here on the channel. Secondly, I am more than happy to trade off my time and my labor to save a few dollars. For me, at the end of the day, it is still very much an out of control side hustle. I have not gone full business human just yet. And if and when I do go full business human, I'll be asking myself a whole different set of questions to figure out, is it worth it for me? Right, and thirdly, and most importantly, it is because I love woodworking and what it does for me. I love being out here. I love doing manual things, using my brain, problem solving. It certainly beats doing Sudoku. Sudoku? I would much rather find an old pallet, pull it apart, clean it up and turn it into something else, rather than see that pallet bulldozed into a hole in the ground. Okay? Thanks very much for watching. Catch you later. Sits on top of the black wall up there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.